Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Chain Chronicle, Haecceitas no Hikari, or you can call it Chain Chronicle, the Light of Haecceitas. Can't pronounce that word correctly or something, so you're gonna have to deal with it, sorry. Anyways, this episode right here looks like to me someone has literally fallen so low to the dark side. So if anything else, let's go. We have to it that Juliana orders Burkhardt, who apparently gotten injured, to go help out Yuri and train Adam, and so forth. Of course, Burkhardt had some sour feelings about that. And we have to it that Gilbert is talking to Yuri and the others, but not before we get to see a scene with the vice leader, or should I say the second in command to Gilbert, which I've forgotten her name apparently. But she is one of them good best girls to me in my eyes. Well, a lot of girls in Chain Chronicle that I've seen in the game and so forth are pretty slick, But we have to it that Gilbert does have a little talk with Yuri and asks him what he's going to do, Of course, Yuri on the other hand says, even though this land is really doomed to die, I don't want to quit and give up, which is something that anyone would do. It's like anyone should be able to do, because there are times where you can't just fall into darkness and then just accept your own your downfall. Of course, there is a scene with Adam being hungry and he wanted to steal something to eat, but he's not like that anymore. Although we do get to know that he was like that back then when he talked to Yuri about it. Then he ends up taking care of a bandit or a criminal, and he ends up grabbing a sword right away and defeats him. Of course, there's this guy who's apparently a merchant dealer with a volunteer army, and he says, "You got a good eye, just like I'm using a sword like that. That sword is really forged by a powerful warrior, right? Or a dwarf, that kind of thing." We also have to it that he decides to give it to Aram as a gift. I forgot the guy's name, but he's actually one of them nice guys that's able to help out, that kind of thing. And I actually like it. And this is forged by someone called Baldur, I believe, and he is known to be the renowned blacksmith of the chief of the Earth Sprites. And I know that guy, dude. He's a slick person, the way I look at it. And of course, when it came to certain things here and there, we have to it that Adam was given a sword that's really, really special, And there was a scene with Gilbert and Yuri, and he explains that since the power of darkness is still coming, I'm still being infected by this black marking, So this black stain or black infection is gonna be a little bit complicated is a little complicated for me to explain, but I'll talk about it after the end of my recap, So we have to it that Gilbert shows Yuri every time it's only a matter of time that this blackening infection is only gonna stain his entire body, and he might end up like one of those guys over there, and it's really gonna be dangerous. And when you ask me what do you mean one of those guys? Those black army men, that the Black King has been using, he's gonna end up like one of them in other cases, There was a scene between Burkhardt and Adam when Burkhardt was possibly trying to help out Adam, but when he looked at his sword, he realizes that he kind of felt a little envious because that sword is really strong and very shining. And there was a scene where he accused Adam for stealing such a beautiful sword, but the merchant guy from the volunteer army or something like that supplies armors to the volunteer army says, I'm the one that gave him that blade, that kind of thing. There was another scene with Yuri feeling a little how am I supposed to say it? Infectious, or should I say he's in pain right now. And Fina asked him about his blackening infection, which surprisingly, in the original route, they decided to put it in here, Although I am a little surprised by it at the same time, because in the original game, Yuri didn't have this kind of possible blackening infection, but I think it's already confirmed in this episode. And I think he was talking to possibly his other side, or maybe dark side possibly, and asked him, why are you fighting again? He says, because there's still hope. Really? If there's hope, what's the whole point? Once everything's in black, what's the damn point of fighting again? And Yuri gets upset about this and says, shut up. And he also disses him up by saying, you're nothing more than a candle in the wind that's going to be blown off, you know? And this is where Yuri and Aaron bonded after Aaron decides to talk to Yuri. He used to steal and stuff because his village was destroyed and he's been trying to live out a good life, you know? But every location he's been trying to live at, they get destroyed by the Black Army. And Yuri does ask him, like, before he answers those questions, says those things, like, why do you want to get stronger? What would you do before that? Aaron says, I will defeat the Black Army guys, you know? He asks Yuri to teach him his technique. Although Yuri says, you know, swordsmanship and character is built in time. You're gonna find your own, you know. And there are some people who's gonna help out Yuri and so forth, and that's the universal mage Aludra, and then this other guy named Vorg. And Aludra is one of them crazy mages out there, dude. Like one of the crazy mages, like seriously best mages out there in the Chain Chronicle game. Well, I'm not really sure how they're going to put her into the anime, but I look forward to her ability, you know. As for Vorg, he reminds me of a person that, he reminds me of someone, you know. Like the style and how he fights and so forth with the giant broadsword. He reminds me of someone. Of course, there was a scene with Burkhardt after everyone decides to rest up, you know. Yuri himself decides to head on to like a certain location in the mage's location, you know. I forgot the name, but one thing for sure, they're going to ask the 3 sages to help out where Parika is. Because we do get confirmation in last week's episode or so that Parika is the will of the world. And as long as she is alive, the world will not be permanently destroyed. You know, that kind of thing. And we have to it that, going back to the scene with Burkhardt, apparently he's infected by the black, and we have to it that this antagonist, or should I say possible secondary antagonist, Uranus, ends up showing up and tells him that you should just give in, you know, that kind of thing. And everyone realizes that a black fog is coming, you know, and they decide to find Burkhardt and try to help him out. But apparently, after fighting the Black Army a bit, Burkhardt gave in to his negativity of Juliana discarding him, which he thought it was like that, and that's stupid. And therefore turns into like one of them powerful black warriors, and he actually dealt with the Yuri and his friends like with little effort. But dealing the finishing blow, that's a different story. Although Uranus says that she will see Yuri again, which means that Yuri might be the next person to be hunted down or possibly joining the army. While Burkhardt already gave in to his negativity and emotions and blackening, he already became part of the Black King's army and so forth. Alright, this blackening thing in simple words is like some kind of common infection that's from the Black Army. Like, once you get it or something, it will only continue to spread somehow until it really consumes your mind and you will think nothing of destruction. It's a little complicated for me to explain myself, really. I mean, but because I played the game and in its English global version, I would know what's up with it, you know? It's complicated, I know. You won't even understand what I'm saying. Like, this black infection will like just consume your body and eventually goes to your mind, and you will end up being like one of those black soldiers. Just like what happened to Burkhardt right now. He gave into his negativity, thoughts and emotions of Juliana, like discarding him and so on, you know? And that's what happens. You become crazy and you become stronger, but you lose all your humanity and so forth. So Burkhardt is now going to possibly become a minor antagonist, possibly. And as for Yuri himself, I guess his blackening, which is really surprising that they decided to put it in the original route of an anime, that's only for him to come soon, you know? But I don't know. I'm very sorry if my voice sounds a little iffy. I'm not really sick anymore, but I don't know why it sounds a little stupid and so forth. But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm out for Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye.